friends, it's Katty and I have another scrapbook layout process video for you for cat scrappiness. I'm using some of the awesome cat scrappiness products to create this layout. So I'm going to begin with these pattern papers. This is from the Maggie Holmes Gather collection. That pink background paper is not from the collection, but the other ones are, and the 6x6 paper pad of course is. So I'm going to use this collection to kind of create my layout, and I decided to go with a soft pink, black, and white look. So that's what I'm going to stick with for this layout. So I'm going to, I know I want to use that polka dot paper, the black and white polka dot. I really like it. So I'm going to use my Big Shot, and I'm going to use those dies from the Cat Scrappiness shop. Those are her dies, and those are the fancy stitched circle dies. So they are scallop circle dies, I'm sorry. So they're really, really pretty, and I'm just going to use the dies in different sizes, the smaller one and then the one that's just a little bit bigger, and I'm going to cut out some pattern paper. So I'm actually cutting out the hearts in this pattern paper, and I'm going to kind of create my own little embellishments, and I love to do this, especially since I don't have the ephemera pack for this collection. I only have a sticker sheet from the collection, so it's nice to kind of go and create your own little embellishments. So here is everything that I cut out, and then you can see that I use the smallest die as well as the one that follows, and I made sort of an open, or I created sort of an open circle. And what I did is I just added a piece of heat resistant acetate, which is also available in the shop, and I created a little window, and I'm adding some foam tape behind it so I can create a shaker little circle. So I love to do that. I think that's a really fun embellishment. And then I'm going to use this other pattern paper, which is just a type, sort of a type print. And I'm going to back the little shakers. And I love how they turned out. And I used one of Kat's sequin mixes from her shop. It is called Brilliant Blush. And it's a very pretty soft pink, beautiful sequin mix. So it's actually probably one of my favorites. So I take this pattern paper, which is from the Maggie Holmes collection, and I cut out some triangles here, and kind of wasn't sure if I wanted to place them all the way at the bottom and the top. I thought about it, and it would have looked fine just like that, but I'm actually going to decide to go ahead and kind of move them, top one down a little bit and the bottom one up a little bit, just to kind of create my design a little bit differently, because usually when I do something like this, I always have it flush with the bottom or the top, and then I just wanted to kind of do something a little different. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm just cutting up a pink piece of pattern paper there, and I'm going to use that as well on the bottom and the top. And I think I got that, was that from the 6x6 paper pad? I want to say that was from the 6x6 paper pad, the lighter pink one. I want to say it was. So yeah, so I'm just going about here, just creating my layout. I cut out the sentiment that was in the center of that paper because I don't want to waste it, and I'm actually going to end up using it on this layout. And I just wanted a really thin black border around my whole page, so that's what I did, and I didn't want to waste that, so I went ahead and did that. And then I used the same type pattern paper that I used behind the shakers to do another layer behind my photo, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and adhere these. I'm actually going to end up moving them a little bit further down, and you'll see that. Oh, actually no, I'm kidding. That pink pattern paper, or the pink paper that I'm using, the triangle that I cut out, is actually the back of that polka dot paper. So I decided to take some stickers here from the sticker sheet. That's the only other embellishment I have from this collection. So I took that sticker and I placed it there at the bottom. And then I went ahead and added some foam behind my photo as well. So I'm going to use the word heart, and the sentiment says love with all, I think it says love with all of your heart, or love with your whole heart, or something like that. So I wanted to use the heart as part of the sort of sentiment to go along with it, and I'm going to use it over that little shaker there. And I'm actually going to do something else to that a little bit later. But yeah, for now I'm just going to kind of have it like that, and I decided that's pretty much where I want it to go, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down. And after this, the layout comes together pretty quickly. Well, I'm going to actually do some stitching now. So that's going to take a while, but didn't take that long though. It was pretty simple stitch, so it was pretty quick. So yeah, so I'm just getting that down, and then I'm trying to decide here what I want to do with my little embellishments that I created. So I decided to use the hearts over the polka dot scallop circles that I cut out, and then make my own little fun embellishments like that. And the hearts are kind of like a more of a coral tone, which is fine because I have sort of different shades of pink going on here, which was fine, and I love how it turned out. I also decided to fussy cut some of these flowers from this paper. This is one of the 6x6 papers. I'm actually going to cut a third one out, and I will do that off camera, I believe, and I'm going to add it to that bottom area with one of the little shaker pockets. So here's where I decide, okay, do I want to have this all the way down to the bottom, or do I want to leave it? And then I decided to just kind of move it down a little bit, and I'll move the top one up a little bit. And then I'm going to do some stitching, as I mentioned, and it's just going to be hand stitching with some embroidery floss, and I'm going to use black over the black polka dot paper, and then I'll use white over that pink paper. And then I just poke my little holes with my little Amy Tangerine little poker tool and my little mat, and then I go ahead and stitch around the whole thing. And I just had to adhere the edge down so that I could stitch around it. So yeah, I just kind of poke my holes directly around the piece, and I love how it turned out. It really made those pieces kind of pop, so I really like that. And you can see there that third floral piece that I added there at the bottom, and I kind of decided this is where I want everything to go. I cut out that This Makes Me Smile, which was on the black pattern paper that I used to map my photo. I cut that out and made every other word a little banner, and I love how that turned out. And I'm just adhering everything down because this is where I like it, and I'm going to keep it just like this. So before I move it around and then I can't get the placement right, I'm going to just kind of leave it like that. So yeah, just finishing up here, I'm going to scatter some of these sequins from the Brilliant Blush mix as well, so that I can have some more sort of bling going on here on my layout. I love adding sequins. And then I'm going to use some vellum behind the heart. You can see it because it's black, so it really does pop against that little shaker, but I wanted it to kind of be a little bit more defined. So I just added a really light, or really thin border of vellum, and I just cut around the word. And I think that really made a difference. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Remember, I will have a link below to all the products in my blog post, which you can check out at the Cat Scrappiness store. Thanks so much for stopping by today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!